why are PSUs conducting separate exams and whether it is a blessing or a curse for an aspirant. GATE might not test all these areas properly. PSU operate under strict government guidelines to fill various quota seats under SC, ST. Hello everybody, so welcome to our channel GATE Wallah. Today's session is very interesting and it is a common doubt in every GATE aspirant that why are PSUs conducting separate exams. So we will discuss what is the major reason behind this strategy that is adopted by PSUs and whether it is a blessing or a curse for an aspirant. So we will understand this problem in detail today, and we will also see what are the various PSUs which are conducting different CBT, that is computer based test, to have fresh intake. So with you your mentor Badal Soni, ex-IS, BTech from IIT Delhi, and I would be covering this topic in detail today. So let's begin beta. So the root of the transition. Why is this problem? See, we all know there are many PSUs that are nowadays holding different GATE exam, different individual exam. They used to first, initially, before a couple of years, they used to take intake through GATE only, but nowadays they are hosting their own exam. So what is the reason behind it? Why PSUs are hosting different exams? Let's understand the root cause behind this step, so that you will be more satisfied while preparing. So attrition and the talent match gap. First is the attrition. See, whenever a GATE aspirant is fighting for GATE, top 100 or 200 rankers get maximum of the opportunities in all the top Maharatnas as well as the Navratnas. Now the main problem is attrition, that is many of the individuals don't join the PSUs because they were not serious about it. Just they have given the GATE exam, they were getting an opportunity to apply into the any PSU without giving any further exam. So they just applied, they got the seat and they might have joined also, but after that they have left because their main aim was different. It was to join any ESE, it was to give ESE again, that is engineering services examination, very popular exam among civil engineers. Many of the candidates want to fight for civil services, many of them want to do MTech in some IITs, but they treat the PSU as a backup. So even after serving in PSU for 1 or 2 years, they leave those PSUs. So that is an attrition. Means PSU have invested a lot of amount in the candidates training, but they have left. But the project is still running. PSUs, many PSUs, they take projects. So the projects can't be stopped, but if the candidates run away, then who will complete the project? So there are many vacancies that is getting generated. They have to fill it fastly. They can't just depend on GATE exam due to this problem. And next is the missing specific skill set. See, GATE is a common exam for all the civil engineers, but different PSUs require different talents. So if they take CBT, they can host the exam according to the talent that is required. Some PSUs might require structural field execution skills, then they require some company specific environmental safety protocols, and they might require management aptitude as well, so they can plan the test accordingly. But GATE might not test all these areas properly. So therefore there is a need for localized custom evaluation. It is good only for us. Now the operational attrition cost that I have already understood, we have seen. If you are under 50 AR, if you are having AR under 50 in GATE, see there is a good possibility that you will crack engineering services also. So, you have reserved the seat in any top PSU and you are fighting for engineering services, because after GATE you will give ESE mains, and if you get through in interview, what happens is you will leave that PSU seat and a void will be there, that vacancy will be left unfilled. So, that will create a major problem. Now, the PSU will have to wait a complete 1 year for GATE, then only that vacancy will be filled again. And plus the candidate that will enter the PSU will have to spend again 1 or 1.5 year for training. So, time is money, you know. So, this cost a lot for the PSU. So, if the PSU is having a dedicated computer based test, so they will get those, the probability of getting those candidates who prioritize that company like HPCL, Cochin Shipyard, IOCL, etc. After joining, the attrition rate will be less, okay, and moreover your competition will also reduce, because a candidate who is aspiring for engineering services exam, they give GATE, but they will not be giving all the CBT exams, got it, and this PSU also know. So, the attrition rate will come, is getting reduced year by year. So, therefore, this separate CBT test have become very successful for PSU. Quota fulfillment and urgent seats. So, PSU operate under strict government guidelines to fill various quota seats under SC, ST, OBC, EWS, etc. within tight fiscal years. Under the GATE recruitment list, if the candidate is reserved, okay, and if he blocks the seats and if he drops out, the PSU will have to again wait for the complete year to run the re-recruitment. So, a localized exam will allow them to easily conduct instant spot recruitments. They can easily, if they have the localized exam, they can take the re-exam again, or they can evaluate the candidates who have already given the exam and pass on the seats accordingly to the reserve category, and the chances of filling those seats will be pretty high. State affairs paper leak. See, if the all the PSUs are dependent upon the GATE exam only, nowadays, you know, the problem of paper leak have become very common in our country, and it is a very problematic situation. Recently, NEET exam got leaked. Even we have noticed that this year GATE was also leaked, but we couldn't prove it, or we have requested the IITs, but they haven't responded properly. So, a deserving candidate have not been allotted a deserving seat in the PSU, or a deserving candidate have or the dream of a deserving candidate is unfulfilled due to the unethical means that is used by some of the candidates in the exam. So, this paper leak becomes a major problem. But if we have separate exam for all the PSUs, the leaking a small exam is very difficult. So, the PSUs actually then conduct the exam properly with strict supervision. So that this the leakage that could happen can be reduced, because a large exam can be leaked, but a small exam is very difficult to leak. Okay. So, if the central gateway is compromised, all downstream recruitment freeze. And if one more problem is there, if the GATE exam leaks next year, which have a very high probability, seeing the tech that is used by the hackers, then the whole process will get freezed. And what will happen? The PSUs will not get the fresh recruitment, and it is not favorable for the candidates also. They will have to wait a lot, or they will have to wait for the next year for the recruitment. So, if the PSUs are hosting separate exam, this problem will automatically get resolved. So, using end-to-end encrypted networks and securing state-owned server grids, individual PSUs safeguard their own talent pipeline. The PSUs will safeguard their own talent pipeline. They want good talent. So, when they conduct their own CBT test, the probability of the paper getting leaked reduces to a very less extent, or negligible chances are there for leakage. Now, what is the pros and cons for the student if the PSUs are hosting this separate CBT test? What are the pros and cons? First, let's take the positive side, that is the pro side. First is the second chance. You should treat these separate exams like a lifeline that you get in video games. See, GATE is a one-day game. It might happen that your mood is not good on that day, or your health is not good on that day, and you weren't able to perform good on that day, but you are a promising candidate. But so if various PSUs are conducting various CBT tests, so you are getting multiple chances to get through at least one of the PSUs, even if your GATE exam have not gone good. So the chances that your career get ruined if GATE exam doesn't go well will reduce a lot. Syllabus familiarity. See, the CBT that is conducted by various PSUs, those papers are being framed by IIT professors only. So 75 to 80% syllabus are common with GATE. So you don't have to prepare anything separately, because most of the content is common. So if you are preparing for GATE and ESE, that is more than enough. Minor syllabus changes are there, those extra topics you can easily cover. Then last but not the least, filtered competition that I said before also. If a serious candidate is there who is preparing for ESE, he or she will not give the individual CBT exam for all the PSUs. So the amount of competition will get reduced, and your chances of getting a good PSU increases if you are a average and a hard working candidate, and if your goal is fixed towards a PSU. So it will boost your conversion chances to a very good percentage. Okay. Now, dark side, first is the financial burden. For every ABT test, again you have to pay more, because every individual application form will cost around 1000 to 1500 rupees. So if you are from a middle class, obviously then you have to pay means 10-15,000 more for giving all the PSU exams separately. Then travel as well as the logistic fatigue. See, the PSUs don't conduct test in all the states. So it might be that the center that is being allotted to you is far away from your location. So in that case, you have to spend on travel. Okay. Then non-technical fluctuation. Adapting to various exam specific GK, current affairs and extreme speed based logical reasoning questions might become difficult, but with practice you can easily overcome this. That is not a problem, because if it is difficult, it is difficult for all the candidates. It is a competitive exam. If the paper is hard for you, it is hard for your competitor also. Think like that. Okay. And the major problem is overlapping exam cycles. So many times what happens is, the CBT exam of some PSU get overlapped with any state PSE exam, or might be an ESE exam. So in that case, you will have to choose whether to go for that PSU or for that state PSE. Again, it is a blessing for you, because the competition will get filtered again. The candidate who want to go for state PSE, he will not unnecessarily fill the form of the individual PSUs. So your competition will narrow down. and probability of selection will increase. So, this is actually a blessing if we have overlapping exam cycles. Think like this. PSU CBT typical exam pattern is what? 75 to 80% questions are from technical engineering core, 15% question is around aptitude, maths and reasoning. So, this portion will get covered in GATE only, and general English and companies general awareness, this you might have to cover, that you can easily cover from the internet or seeing the past papers, and we will also guide you, do not worry. So, these are the famous PSUs that are conducting different exams, like Coal India is conducting different exam, HPCL, then Bhabha Atomic BARC, Bhabha Atomic Research Center, ISRO and then NCL, these are all conducting different exams. Some exams have already been announced also, like for CIL the application date was between 12 May to 11 June. CBT exam held on 3rd May for HPCL. So, if you are preparing for GATE 2027, just note down these companies. They would be conducting different exam, okay. They will be conducting their own individual CBT test. And see, in Coal India, there are a lot of vacancies for civil engineers, 178, HPCL 36 seats are there. BARC they change every year, okay. ISRO very less number of seat. Then NCL also the seats were not disclosed, okay. So, I do not have the data. A message from me, your mentor, do not see separate exam as a burden, like I said, see them as a multiple lives in a video game. If your core civil engineering base is good, then you can clear any exam, because what you are reading is civil engineering, and in any exam those concepts only will be asked. So, if you have a good command on your subject, do not hesitate in giving multiple exam. Instead, that will increase your chances in getting a good seat, okay. So, every separate exam you sit will become an open door to your success, okay. So, it increases the chances of getting successful. So, this is my Telegram channel, you can always consult me out there. So, please scan and join it. You can DM me also, I generally respond through this channel only, and this is our civil engineering channel, and this is the general channel of GATE Wallah, from where you will get all the updates regarding the different exams that are being hosted. And if you are from different branches, you can join the individual channel accordingly. So, all the very best everybody. So, if you are preparing for GATE 2027, see this individual CBT test as a blessing in disguise, do not read them a curse. So, if you are an average student and if you know that securing top 100 rank in GATE will be difficult for you, then you can focus on different exams hosted by many PSUs like I have shown, and your success chances will increase a lot, okay. So, all the very best everybody, bye bye, take care.